This is what I love to do. I'm born and bred to do this. Like I said, you can go back way in time. My name, my family name were bred on the battlefield, swinging pickaxes on the back of a horse. You know what I mean? That's where the McGregor name comes from. We come from the Scottish Highlands. We're warriors. It's all I know. It's all we know. So I'm gonna be doing it for a long, long time yet. People walk away from the sport. It's not like your physical body lets you down. It's just the mental fatigue of it all. You know what I mean? Tyson said a quote that I was interested in. He said, what would Customado say to you now that you're coming back? He said, what took you so long? And I agree with that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep going and that's it. You'll never get rid of me. This game is mine. This city, Las Vegas, is mine. This world is mine. So I'm just focusing on my own game, focusing on my own self. I've come through a lot. You know what I mean? It's been a tough couple of months. It's just about getting through the mental block of the break happening. But I feel like, you know, I feel great, to be honest. I feel very confident, I feel eager to get back. And I've got through it. I'm proud of myself to get through it. I look forward to, you know, inspiring the many people all across the world that face, you know, tough times in their life, tough injuries. And you know, I hope my story and my journey can motivate them also. And that's a goal of mine too. I love the thrill of it. I love it all. I love the fight. I love the business about it. I love everything about it. People ask me that all the time. Why am I here? You know, am I too accomplished to be here? You know, but it's what I love to do. It's all I do. You know, am I the hungry lion I once was? You know, maybe not. It's certainly different. But I'm now the fat cat. You know what I mean? I'm the fat cat pulling all the strings around here, and that's an even more dangerous individual. So you know, and I'm also, you know, cutting weight, so I am hungry. So I'm eager to get in there and prove all the people. You know, all my doubters wrong and all my supporters correct. You know, I do a lot of this for the fans. I love to get in and show my appreciation for the fans. Every time I sit in an interview, it's, oh, why are you here? You've too much money. You're too successful. You've done it all. Blah blah blah. You know, in the last fight, I kind of bought into that. You know, I was in the press conference and a guy was reading out a quote of mine from many years ago where I was like talking about, I can't wait, I'm gonna put my mother in a mansion, you know, my girlfriend's gonna have a car for her every day of the week, and you know, I was feeding into that. Wow, I did all this. I mean, I'm where I am. I'm grateful. I'm proud of where I am and what I've achieved, but there's a lot more left in me. I'm still very young. I'm very fresh in the game, and I'm a dangerous man. Only 32 years of age, fresh as anything. I'm ready to go. So I'm gonna prove how dangerous I am, because trust me, in the mindset I'm in, I'm really, really dangerous. Society tells you, growing up, you should fantasize about kicking a ball and dream about that, but it didn't really interest me. I tried to maybe pretend that I was interested in it, but really kicking a ball straight into a net is pretty cool. But what happens if someone runs up behind me and hits me 2 shots into the mouth, then it ain't so cool. So that was in my head as a young kid. I had a self-defense mind. I was aware. Where I come from and where I grew up, you had to be aware. You had to be able to defend yourself. So that's how I got into it. Irish mothers will support you no matter what you do. My father always jokes that I could be doing anything and my mother would still be my biggest fan. So my father was unaware of what the game was, what the sport was. Before me, there was no Irishman that had succeeded in the UFC. There was no one. I could not look to my mother and father and say, look at this Irishman, look at his successful fighting career, because there was no one before me. So I was the first one. I had to convince them what I was going to do. But as far as my father was concerned, I was just fighting in a cage and with no career path or nothing ahead of me. So it was more worry, but I convinced them, and now here we are. There are many, many young kids who are seeing the path now. There are many, many parents of young kids who are seeing my path and encouraging their kids into the game of martial arts. And whether you put your child into martial arts or whatever, it allows them to go and conquer whatever they want to. Whether they want to conquer the fight game, they can. Whether they want to go and conquer the business game or whatever route they decide to take, training for martial arts will help them. So I am happy that I have put martial arts in the spotlight in my country and shown it for what it is, true dedication and beautiful discipline. It's just about not translating it into the game. You can't be nice in this business, that's for sure, no matter what. You know what I mean? You've got to be ruthless in it. I've got to stay ruthless. That's what I've been saying. You know, in the most ruthless business of all, I am the most ruthless, and that's what it is, and that's where I am. Yeah, I'm on a nice little path right now. It's not so much the opponents. There is a bit of that with the opponents, of course. It's more the behind the scenes, the business aspects and things like that. You know, that's kind of what's halted it a little bit. But like I said, I'm on a great path now. We've got this trilogy. We've got big things planned for after, and I'm excited about it. It's hard to juggle It's hard to go face to face and want to tear through a man, and then hold your son or your daughter and give them a bottle, and feed them and this type of thing. So I've stayed away from that for this one, and I feel great. I've not switched roles almost. I've stayed in that mode that I need to be in. Even if I would say like rest days, like on a rest day, when I would have rest day around my family, it's not really a rest day. I'm playing with the kids, I'm busy. My rest days have been true rest days. So then when I go again for my next round of work, I'm energized, I'm refreshed, and it's shown in the practice room. It's not even enduring. I'm embracing it. My frame is light. I'm a true lightweight frame now. I'm zippy, I'm fast, I'm powerful. I have not only maintained strength, I've actually gone up in strength and power. The weight is on point as it's ever been, and I'm very excited. Once you're fully committed, things are easy. It's that simple. Hard things become easy when you commit yourself fully, and that's what I've done. So I'm very excited to get in and showcase myself at 155 pounds, fully focused. I'll probably never retire from the game, to be honest. I'll be competing for a long time yet. It is certainly brought out of frustration, when you're trying to get these events going, you're trying to get things moving, and it's just not happening. It felt like I was shelved almost, I felt like if I'd have been ran out a couple more times that year, not only would my skill set and my sharpness, everything be in tune, and it was certainly out of frustration. But especially as I get older in life, I feel it's our duty as human beings to give back. I think we've all got to give back in this world. And as I'm getting older, right, I have so much admiration for the coaches and the trainers and the teachers, because if you think about it, it's all volunteer work. They dedicate their time to help train the youth and guide the youth. I have so much admiration for that. Growing up, I would never really think of like the coaches or anything in that way, that these people are actually taking time. They've got their own families, they've got their own things, but here they are dedicating their time to help coach and train the youth and give them an outlet, a much needed outlet, especially in this day and age. So I want to go back and support that. I'm going to support people to support people. Support these gyms and these places, and that's what my aim will be for this part of my life.